Shu Liken said impatiently at this time. Carden, let me tell you, you must not be stupid at this time. There is a dowry of 50 million. The Sun family was shocked. 50 million dowry? Damn, what else is there? Carden's cousin, Harbin, hurriedly asked. Aunt, since Carden is not willing, then you introduce this good thing to me? Not to mention being pregnant with an African-American child, even if she's pregnant with an alien child, I have no problem with 50 million. Shu Liken raised her eyebrows. If you want to be beautiful, how can such a good thing take your turn? People are fond of it, but our family is Carden. After that, she looked at Carden again, hating iron and steel, and cursed, have you seen it? Who heard this and didn't rush up like a dog sees shit? It's you, and UFC King Hideaway. Your dad and I have been shrewd for a lifetime. How can you give birth to a stupid thing? Carden said coldly, I see this. Since my cousin is interested, let my cousin go. I am definitely not going. Shu Liken was furious, and blurted out to Isabella. You girl, as long as you break up with my son, I will give you 5 million. Isabella shook her head said, Auntie, I have a true relationship with Carden. Even if you give me 50 million and 100 million, I will not break up with him. Harbin hurried over and said, Aunt, she is not willing to be grand. We can't miss this kind of good thing for nothing, right? You introduced her to me, but the water doesn't flow to outsiders. It's a big deal. I'll turn around and give you 5 million rebates. Is this not a good deal? Get out? Shu Liken didn't look down on Harbin herself, their family was far behind her own. So at this time, seeing Harbin still licking her face and trying to cut her face, she was very angry. In her opinion, even if her son could not get such a good opportunity, she would never introduce it to Harbin. How could she give him a chance to ride on her head and shit? Harbin didn't expect Shu Liken to speak so unceremoniously, and said with a somewhat unhappy expression, Aunt, what do you mean? We are all a family. FCK. Who the hell is a family with you? Shu Liken was annoyed at first, but seeing that he was still here forcing her to talk to him, she became even more angry. Harbin was also very angry. Why did she scold him in front of so many people? Did you hire him or mess with him? Thinking of this, he said loudly, Aunt, you are too much. At this time, Shui Xinlong heard that there was noisy here, so he walked over and asked, What's the matter? Shu Liken hurriedly said, Mr. Shui, I'm really sorry, the child is only awkward with me, but don't worry, I will definitely persuade him. As soon as the voice fell, Carden took the initiative to say, Uncle Shui, I'm really sorry, I already have a beloved woman, and I don't want to marry anyone else, so I can't marry your daughter. What's the matter? Shui Xinlong frowned and looked at Shu Liken. Brought my girl here, and you sing it for me? Do you kid me? Or do you want to sit down and raise the price? No, no. Shu Liken hurriedly waved her hand and said humbly, Mr. Shui, how dare I play you? This boy, he has a problem with his brain. I am teaching him. Carden grabbed the conversation and said, No need to educate, I will go now. Shu Liken sternly shouted, Dare you? If you dare to leave today, I will break your leg. Charlie, who hadn't spoken for a long time, couldn't bear this Shu Liken at this time, and said coldly, You bad old lady, if you don't know what is good or bad, don't blame me for being rude to you. Shu Liken immediately pointed to Charlie and said to Shui Xinlong, Mr. Shui, this kid has been here to confuse my son. Otherwise, my son would have agreed, so don't worry, give me some more time. Shui Xinlong was already mad at this time. He couldn't wait for the next second to let his daughter go on the red carpet with Carden to have the wedding. So at this time, he didn't know that Shu Liken was throwing the pot to Charlie deliberately, so he glared at Charlie and said, Boy, if you delay my daughter's marriage today, believe it or not, I will find someone to kill you. Charlie looked at him and sneered, How hot is your daughter? Are you so anxious to throw this hot potato out? Shui Xinlong gritted his teeth and said, Boy, be careful when you speak. If you provoke me, be careful that you can't eat and walk around. Sun Duwang also ran over at this time. Seeing that Charlie choked with Shui Xinlong, he immediately said nervously, "My family, don't be as knowledgeable as this kid, lest you get angry." After that, he said to Charlie, "Boy, we have never known each other and have no grudges. I don't want to provoke you, but you should not provoke our family. Today, my son is marrying Mr. Shui's daughter, please don't stay. Excuse us here." "Yes." Shu Liken also said hurriedly, "What do you do as an outsider in our family's affairs? If you know, hurry away and don't delay my marrying a daughter-in-law today." After finishing talking, Shu Liken looked at Isabella with disgust, and said coldly, "And you shameless dog, who was pregnant with my son before he got married, you are not welcome. Our family does not welcome you. Such a woman, get out." When Shui Xinlong heard this, his face was very ugly. After all, his daughter was also pregnant with a black ex-boyfriend before getting married, so Shu Liken was very depressed when he heard this. Sun Duwang also saw that Shui Xinlong's face was very ugly, so he hurriedly shouted at Shu Liken, "You stinky lady, what are you talking about?" As he said, he winked at Shu Liken. Shu Liken suddenly realized that when she was scolding Isabella just now, she even scolded Mr. Shui's daughter. So she hurriedly said respectfully, "Mr. Shui, don't be angry, I mean this little bitch. Your daughter is so noble, and she went to the United States to study. How can this bitch woman can be compared to her?" When Isabella heard this, tears of grievance kept streaming,